Hey guys, it's your good designer's me. Welcome back to Designer's Me Daily, where we design our own clothes, we design our own business, and we design our own lives. And in today's video, we are gonna do a little bit of catching up. I have been inspired. The more that I lean into my faith and prioritize my relationship with God, I realize that, you know what? I want every aspect of my life to be an accurate, or at least the closest to accurate representation of what an encounter with God would look or feel like. And of course, that does not exclude my social media presence. It does not exclude my YouTube channel. I don't ever want to feel like I'm living one way in private and then the way that I present my life to social media or to the public is completely different. I feel like I just want to walk one way, and I want to be true to that one walk. And the truth is, I can't imagine my life without God. I experience life without God, and I don't like it. I experience what making decisions outside of God's timing is like, and I don't like it. So my decision to literally live inside of God, make every decision inside of God, surrender my entire life, my entire being to just walking with God, I want to represent that, and I want to share that aspect of my life with you guys. I'm telling y'all, if you just give God a chance to just show up, and I'm saying it like that because that's literally what it is. We think that we are supposed to have everything all figured out. We're supposed to solve our own problems. We're supposed to carry all of the weight on our shoulders, and we don't give God a chance to do what God does. If you simply allow God to do what He does, He gave us one instruction, and that instruction was seek God first, seek Him first, and everything else will be added. So you don't have to worry about anything else. You don't have to worry about how the problems are going to be solved. You don't have to worry about how the bills are going to be paid. You don't have to worry about how the relationships are going to be mended. You don't have to worry about anything. All you have to focus on is putting God first. That's it. He didn't say anything else after that. He just said, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything else will be added. That's it. We like to overcomplicate life, and maybe God didn't ask you to do that. God didn't ask you to overcomplicate anything. All He said was, put me first and I will add everything else after. And over the last month, I have seen how God works when He is priority. I'm telling you, one day I will share a very, very personal story with you guys that's going to tie back to exactly what I'm saying right now. But for now, I'm not going to share too much. You're just going to have to take my word for it. I promise you, like, God is amazing. He really, really is. And I'm not saying that life is just going to magically get easier, but what I'm saying is God is going to give you a peace that is going to surpass your understanding. Even in the midst of chaos, you are going to be so peaceful because of the understanding that you and God have. Because you know, okay, I'm putting you first and you promise me that everything else is going to be added. There's a peace that comes with that. And at first it might feel a little risky. Like at first, because you know your faith might be weak or whatever, it might feel as though, okay, alright, I'm putting you first, but you know, what's going on? I'm not seeing anything happening fast enough, etc. But I promise you, like, the first time God blows your mind, it might be in a real small way, but faith is a muscle that needs to be developed. So it's not that you need more faith, you just need to exercise the faith that you have so that it grows and becomes stronger, if that makes sense. So I remember there were times when I would be praying, and I would literally be so honest and so frank with God. I would say, Lord, listen, I don't see how this is happening, but you said if I have faith as small as a mustard seed, that's all I need to move mountains. And I would be frank. I would say, Lord, all I have is a mustard seed, and I'm giving it to you, and I trust that you're gonna, figure this out. I never used to give God instructions because, baby, I know my place, right? I know my place. So I would just say, Lord, this is what I have. This is what you said. I believe what you said, and you just do what it is you need to do. And slowly but surely, God just blew my mind. Time and time and time and time and time again. Every single time, He just blew my mind. And even in moments where things would happen and like in the moment I would question it, like, wow, this like was like after the fact I would realize, oh wow, God is amazing. So I'm gonna give you guys a little challenge, and this is something that I have been doing for the last couple of months, but I'm gonna give you guys a challenge. I posted this on my threads probably like a few weeks ago, but the challenge is 30 days, prioritize seeking God's face for 30 days. When you get up in the morning, God has to be the first priority. When you enter into a conversation, God has to be your first priority. When you are faced with a decision that you have to make, God has to be your first priority. Now, when I say first priority, I mean He has to be the first person that you check in with. Let me give you guys some insight. When I get up in the morning and I pick up my phone to probably like turn off my alarm, and the first thing I think about is I have to put God first. So I'll put on maybe like my gospel playlist. Right now I'm really obsessed with Jonathan McConnell. He's one of my favorite artists. So I'll put on my gospel playlist, and then I would sit in silence. I'll either go outside or I would just sit and I would talk to God, and I would say, okay, Lord, what would you have me do today? I surrender my entire life to you. I surrender my entire self. I surrender my mind. I surrender my tongue. The words that are ordained to be spoken today. The life. What type of life do you want me to speak into people, into situations, into business? How do you want me to show up in business, etc.? You know, so I sit in that moment and I literally just check in with God, and I give Him that opportunity to just reveal Himself to me, speak to me, and just kind of lead my day. And I usually finish off my prayer by saying, Lord, I trust you with everything, and I completely surrender to you. However it is you see it fit for this day to be rolled out. Bless my interactions, bless my ability to make good decisions, bless how I am supposed to show up in this world, you know, in every aspect. And that's how I start. And usually what you will realize is when you're sitting in silence, your mind is going to be rolling, of course, because, you know, you're thinking, right? God is going to speak to you, and He's going to allow your thoughts to fall on certain things. And I used to have an issue with like focus. What I realized when I sit in silence and I allow God to speak and I just listen, there's a certain order that starts coming into play. So He starts prioritizing the things that I need to do for the day. So I remember, okay, these emails need to be checked. This person probably sent an email that didn't get a response fast enough. I need to do that first. I need to do this after X, Y, Z, and so it goes. So sometimes, like on the flip side, let's say you were to get up and just jump into whatever, like before this shift had taken place, that's what I would do. I would get up, you know, probably meditate for 5-10 minutes or whatever, and then I would immediately jump into you know, the day. But because there was no reverence in the way that I would sit, and there was no intentionality, and there was no spiritual check-in, how I would jump into my day, I would be jumping into my day based on like me, based on my humanness, based on my pride and ego and what I think I should be doing and whatever. And things would 9 out of 10 times, things would always slip through the cracks because I was the one making the decisions. As opposed to when I surrender myself and I surrender the day and I allow God to speak to me and structure my day for me. I know that when I jump into anything thereafter, I know it's going to be perfect or close to perfect because it's ordained by God, not me. So the challenge is, I want you guys to dedicate 30 days to prioritizing your relationship with God. Seek Him first, and everything else will be added. I came across, I think it was Pastor Michael Todd, sometime last year, I think, and he was talking about, he did a sermon on seeking God first. And what I love about Transformation Church, so Michael Todd is the lead pastor of Transformation Church. What I like about Transformation Church and Pastor Mike particularly is he is very, very theatrical, very dramatic. Love it. So most of his messages are very played out in such a visual way. You can't not get the message. Like, if you don't get the messages when you look at their sermons, maybe you just ain't trying to see it. You just ain't trying to see it, because it's usually that clear and that impactful. And this particular message, he called up a few persons from the audience, and he said, there is an envelope hidden in like a set. So they had like a curated set on stage, and he told the girl, there's an envelope. If you find it, I can't remember if he told her there was money in it or whatever, but I think it was kind of like a no-brainer. Like, you knew once you found it, there was something valuable in it. So she, looked through, and at first she was looking all cute. She moved a little book or two, moved a little cushion. It was like a living room setup type of thing. And she eventually found the envelope, and there was a $100 bill in the envelope. And then when she found the envelope, she stopped looking. She brought it back to Pastor Mike. Pastor Mike opened it, and then he said, what if I told you there was more? Because when you found the one envelope, you stopped looking. But what if I told you there was more? So, long story short, there was a lot of hidden envelopes in the entire set and whatnot. And the girl, she got to like call up a friend to help her look, and eventually like her whole family was on top the stage looking through the set and whatnot. And each of them had an opportunity to go and search the set. But the first couple of times, they were looking and they were, moving things so neatly and daintily, and it's almost like they weren't seeking, like they weren't trying, they weren't moving with a sense of urgency, like, so the end message in all of this was, there was a hidden envelope attached to a chain of envelopes, but where it was hidden, you had to really seek. So it means you had to move from where you were, turn things over, rip things apart. It required energy. It required intentionality. It required movement. It requires moving from the position that you currently are into a whole new position, a whole new posture, a whole new heart posture, a whole new mind posture. Sometimes movement looks like, okay, I need to do something completely different to what I'm accustomed to. So if I'm getting up on a morning, and I know by sitting on my bed and saying a prayer, I'm eventually going to fall back to sleep, it now means that I have to consciously decide to get off of my bed, put myself in a different position, a different environment, and that is where I need to spend time with God. So the shift out of your comfort zone, out of what is normal, out of the regular, is the first steps towards seeking God. And eventually, I'm not saying sit down for 5 hours and just, pray and whatever, right? I'm saying with consistency. You can start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But with that consistency, and of course, God knows your heart posture, eventually you are going to develop that longing for just wanting to be in the presence of God. So yeah, that was a lot. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was telling me that she was being very, very honest with, what she thought about the way that I dress and the way that I show up. Now, you guys know, fashion design is literally my life. It's my entire career, it's my entire business, etc. But in my personal life, my dress code is very, very simple. So you could almost always catch me in a basic t-shirt, a jeans, and some sneakers, or t-shirt, jeans, and some heels, or whatever, right? It's never anything out of the ordinary, unless like I'm filming a video or I'm filming a sewing tutorial, and then I style whatever we make. But my go-to outfit is t-shirt, jeans, and shoes of some sort. Or if I'm going out, basic black dress. Like, I'm so basic, it's not even funny. So she was being very, very honest about, what she thought about how I dress and whatnot. And long story short, she was not impressed at the way that I typically dress. And she found that, if you're a business person, this is what she's saying to me. If you're a business person and, if fashion is your field and whatnot, like, you should put a little more effort into how you dress and whatnot. Now, I am saying this, and the way that I am articulating it to you guys is a lot more refined. She was not so refined. And the way that what she was saying made me feel, I immediately took a little drive, and I bought a couple pieces, and I said, you know what? These are going to be the pieces that I start showing up in, and I'm just gonna build from those pieces. And here's the thing about when you do fashion for like a living, right? You're not gonna always wanna sew for yourself. It's just fact. So I needed a little push. I bought the pieces as a little push, as a little head start, and the pieces that follow are going to be the pieces that I make for myself. So I got 3 shirts, I got 3 pants, I got a blazer. It's a kind of oversized blazer with a belt, so it could kind of double as a blazer dress. It's really tailored and wonderful. I got 2 handbags and a pair of shoes. So yeah, I feel like the pieces that I chose were very they are high quality pieces, which is great. Like, we don't support fast fashion, right? Invest in high quality pieces, they're gonna last you a lifetime. This shirt is actually one of the shirts that I bought, and I feel like, yeah, my mom was right. She was right. There's a way to do casual. There's a way to show up casually but still look well put together and like you tried. And if I'm being honest, I have not been trying over the last couple of years. I haven't been trying. Like, I have to be honest. I always use the phrase like life has been lifing. But at some point, you have to decide, okay, life is lifing, but I have to consciously decide to fight back or to show up differently. So, I'm gonna show you guys the pieces that I got. I got 1 pair of denim jeans. It's high-waisted, straight-cut denim jeans, super comfortable, and they fit really well. When I first tried these jeans on, I was so impressed, because it has literally been so long since I walked into a store and I tried on clothes and bought them. It's been years. So immediately tried on those jeans and I knew those jeans were for me. The second pair of pants that I got were these white and black, sort of plaidish leggings. I guess it's like dress pants, but it's really fitted. So it's almost like corporate leggings. And it has this skinny belt with belt loops. And you'll realize that the colors that I chose were very like white, black, gray, neutral, that type of vibe. The third pair of pants that I got were these tailored white pants. They fit really well. Very, it's sort of like palazzo, but not really. It's more like a cigar cut, but sort of like palazzo, sort of like cigar. It made me feel very grown. It made me feel really grown, and I love that. The 3 shirts that I got, this one, of course, that I'm currently wearing, I got a basic shirt in blush pink, long sleeves, very beautiful color, very feminine. And then I got this white and black sort of shirt, long sleeves as well, but it's a little bit more puffy, sort of like a bishop sleeve, and then it has this really nice tie on the cuff. So 3 basic shirts, nice little vibe to start with. 3 nice pants, a good vibe to start with. The jeans I particularly like because I know I could create a lot of business casual looks with these denim jeans. Most of the jeans that I have are very fitted, or they have like a lot of rips. So I really want to invest in a few high quality jeans. We do manufacture our own jeans, but like I mentioned, like, listen, sometimes you just want to buy, sometimes you just want to splurge a little bit, sometimes you just want to experience a little bit of retail therapy, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I feel like I am going to probably purchase a few more jeans along the lines of high-waisted, still kind of business casual, no rips, nice and straight cut, that type of vibe. I got the blazer that I mentioned, black, oversized. It has a belt, so it could double as a blazer dress. I got a pair of heels. Aldo actually had a sale at the time, so I got the shoes, I think 50% off if I'm not mistaken. The shoes, it was a part of a limited edition collection, so the heart heels, the heels, the heel of the heels, the heel of the shoe, the shape of the heel is a heart, and there's the pillow, I can't remember, comfort, some kind of pillow comfort thing that they call it on the inside of the shoe, that's also shaped like a heart. I got 2 bags from Aldo as well, because like I mentioned, they did have a sale. So one of the bags that I got was very structured and very, very business, very professional, very, when you walk into a room with that bag, you know that you mean business. And the other bag that I got was oh my god, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll probably put it somewhere on the screen. It's a tote, very, very similar to the Louis Vuitton Never Full bag. Tote, the inside of it is red. If you guys know me by now, you'll know I love a good black bag with red interior. Love it. I got a pair of Aldo sunglasses because you already know sunglasses are where it's at for me. The day that I went to get the pieces, I actually got my eyes checked that same day because my vision has been not the greatest over the last couple of years. My vision has gotten bad, so I knew that I needed to get my eyes checked. So that day I did go get my eyes checked, and I was able to order my glasses as well as my prescription shades online. So being the basic Betty that I am, I ordered my frames from Zilul. I'll probably link the site down below, so definitely check them out. Amazing frames, amazing frames. I ordered the Brandon frames, and I'll probably like put a picture for you guys to see what the Brandon frames look like. I literally ordered the Brandon frames in both glasses as well as shades because we literally basic like that. It's all good. So yeah, I think that is all the things that I purchased. I try to be very, very intentional with the purchases, and I know that the pieces are very, very good quality, as well as because some of the pieces were on sale, I don't feel too bad about spending on them. But I know that we have a couple pieces to get into. So of course, in true Designers with Fashion, I will be filming those tutorials for you guys. So definitely stick around for those. I hope you guys enjoy this all over the place sort of random chit chat, random catch up, random. I hope you guys do the challenge video. And I guess I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.